Hello, and on our next stop in our historic Third Ward virtual tours is at my church. Yeah, I wanted to invite you into my church at Riverside Methodist Church, and I am sitting here with our senior pastor, Keith L. Somerville. We call him PK. So thank you, PK, for joining me.
Thank you so very much for having me. This is an honor to be sitting with Shawana here and just having an opportunity to be a part of whatever it is God has placed in your heart for not only the Third Ward community, but Houston, Texas, worldwide. So thank you.
Thank you. I thought it was important to come to a church in Third Ward, and of course I'm going to choose my church because, Jack Yates that started Third Ward was a pastor.
That's right.
And the church is such a huge advocate for the people in the community. It's always been like that. You think of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and everything that the church did during those times. And so I think we're living in a different kind of time right now. And I think we are all looking to the church for answers. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited about sitting down and talking to you.
Thank you.
So if you can maybe tell us a little history about Riverside.
So it was really good to hear you say that people are looking for answers from the church. And you know this, the church is the people. The church is made up of the people. And so not only are we looking for answers, but we're looking for other people who also are challenged by all that is going on. And it's interesting, Riverside United Methodist Church was founded in 1939, 11 years after the University of Houston was actually founded. And so the founders of this church were actually faculty and staff from the University of Houston. Several years later, Texas Southern University came, and instead of Riverside pivoting to address the needs of all students, they stayed focused on the University of Houston. At that time, it was predominantly white students, and so the church was predominantly white. In around the 70s, what is known as white flight took place in Third Ward, and a lot of the Anglo left, and a lot of African American and Latinx came and started to live in Third Ward. And so that's how it became the diverse community that we see today. And all throughout the time, Riverside has tried to pivot and change and to meet the needs of the community, all the time still focusing on the University of Houston and the students and the needs, because University of Houston, as you know, became very diverse. People from all over the world began to attend school there. Yay, go Cougs, like my wife would say. And so Riverside has always tried to meet the needs of the student community primarily.
What is, you think, unique about Third Ward?
Well, what I love about Third Ward is it's a mirror image of the reputation of Houston. Houston is, I believe now, the most diverse city in the United States, and Third Ward is really what they're talking about. And so you can walk down what is called McGregor Trail, and you can meet people of different racial backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, ethnicities, economic, right here in Third Ward. Not only do we have the wealthy, but we have the working poor, and we even have the homeless dwelling together in one place. Now, I'm a pastor, I'm a Christian, and I love all people. I don't want to see homelessness when I come outside, but I do appreciate that they're not shuffled around or treated as less than anybody else. I think Third Ward is unique in that regard, that all people from all walks of life actually living together in one space, one area.
One thing I love about Riverside is the community engagement. My daughter goes to school in Third Ward. You all do community service there. You do food drives, clothing drives, school drives, and I'm pretty sure numerous other things.
Sure.
What is the need of the people, or some of the needs of the people in Third Ward? What's needed?
So there's an old saying, before they care what you know, they want to know that you care. And I think that's true not only of everybody around the world, but especially here in Third Ward. They're interested in building community, interested in fighting the struggles and the challenges together. No one wants to just be given the things that they need. They want people to partner with them and work with them. And so at Riverside, that's what we try to do. We not only try to identify the need, but we encourage people to become a part of the solution. Work with us. We're not here to tell you this is what you need and this is what we'll provide, but more so, let's talk together about what we need as a community and how we will work together. And so one of the things that I found when I first came here a few years ago was that there was health disparity. There was a need for fresh food. There was a need for health care. And so I partnered with the University of Houston College of Medicine to look at, well, how can we get people involved in not only receiving the things that they need, like fresh produce or health services, but how can they be a part of receiving those things? How can we come together and work together? And as you walk around the campus, you'll see we have University of Houston students coming in and working with us. We have community people coming in and working with us, and together we're meeting the needs of other people. You know, the big conversation now is COVID-19, the Delta variant, and receiving vaccinations. Well, we, along with Thompson Elementary, which is walking distance from Riverside, got together and we did a vaccination drive-through clinic. There was a need. We got together with our community partners, and together we met that need.
That's beautiful. Speaking of COVID, I think that also uncovered more things that are going on in all of our communities. What do you think moving forward with how we've been impacted by COVID, and now Third Ward is dealing with gentrification? What's going to happen to the people that are without homes or in a greater need? What happens to those people if this community completely changes?
You're asking the question that keeps me up at night. You know, what happens to those when we're going through this whole regentrification? You know, oftentimes we move people out of their original neighborhood, their original home, and then we forget about them. Well, when you're building relationships, sincere, honest, and true relationship, you care about where people go. You know, you can have a family member leave your house, but that doesn't mean they're no longer connected with you. And so part of the things that we do here at Riverside, and even in the community in Third Ward, is go beyond just being a place where they receive whatever it is that they need, but we are sincere about building relationship. I care about what happens when you leave this place, and we want you to care about what happens to us. And so when that happens, if that is if that is actually going to happen, we have to stay connected. We have to do more. We have to do more to make sure that we know.
I also want to talk about the church and, you know, about your services, what programs you have, about your Bible study, anything you would like to let us know?
Absolutely, absolutely. So like all churches, we're all trying to figure out how are we to be the church today. You know, we are still in the season of COVID-19, social separation, social distancing. And so at Riverside, we've had to scale back a lot of the in-person programming. On Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m., every Sunday, we both have in-person and also online services. You can find us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Live, and Zoom. But we do want to encourage, we have a huge sanctuary. We practice wearing masks are mandatory and social distancing, but it's still enough room for you to come in and encounter God however you wish to encounter God. During the week, we have online Bible studies on Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. And then we also have children program online. And so we're still very much present, still very much available. If you need counseling services or just simply prayer every morning at 6:30 a.m., 7 days a week, you can call into a prayer line, and there's real people on that line praying with you and for you. And so we've been very active. There's still outreach opportunities. 3 Saturdays a week, we serve food to the hungry. They have drive-through and also walk-up services. And we're fully masked and wearing all the protective gear. So don't feel that you put yourself at risk getting the things that you need.
If someone wanted to donate.
Absolutely. We have several opportunities. We have a walk-up mailbox if you're still the type of person that wants to come in and write a check and drop it off online. You can go to www.riversidehouston.org and you can give online, or Zelle app is available as well. And we have a text platform. And so there's several ways that you can donate and give to Riverside if you want to partner with us, and we would love to have you.
It was a pleasure talking to you and connecting
Pleasure's
with
all
you.
mine.
It's been
Pleasure's all
so
mine.
hard since COVID.
It has, it has, it has. But we're family, and you
Yeah.
already know that whoever comes near us, they're going to become family. So,
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for
Yeah.
this opportunity, Shawana. I love you dearly.
Love
and I
you
appreciate
too.
you.
Thank you.
That's good. All right.
Okay.
And so right here is our supermarket. And so here persons get referred and they can come in and they actually shop and get the things that they want. So, you know, it's not prepackaged. They come in there and they say, this is what my house needs. This is what my family needs. And so as you can see, we're empty right now because we had a really great Saturday.
Oh, good.
But the Houston Food Bank also stocks this for us.
Oh, nice. Nice. Mm-hmm. I love it.
So trying to address the food insecurity here in Third Ward in every possible way that we can. One of the things that I tell people, we have a big campus, but it's a small church, you know, but if you have people with big hearts, you can do amazing things.
Yes,
and so it's not about how many people you have, but it's about the heart that you have to help other people.
Absolutely. And what times are the food drives again?
So it's second and fourth Saturdays right now of the month, beginning at 8 o'clock a.m. And then when the need is addressed, we'll go to 3 Saturdays a month. Every other Saturday at 9 o'clock a.m.
Okay.
And you don't need any ID. You just need to come and be prepared to receive.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.